Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FNaF Month, a month where I will upload 4 videos weekly on this channel. That's right, 4 whole FNaF videos. If you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's and you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the other videos this month. It helps me out and you can always change your mind and unsubscribe later. Anyway, on to FNaF Month. FNaF lore. Everyone knows it, but nobody knows the full picture. It's so vague that pretty much any interpretation could be valid if you're persuasive enough, and that's where we get into today's topic, a FNaF storytelling known as Bluey Capsules. What at first may seem like a meme retelling of the FNaF story, soon reveals itself to be a really well put together comic and what might be my favorite interpretation of the FNaF story ever. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't take itself seriously most of the time. It takes a lot of creative liberties with the lore, it adds a bunch of characters that weren't there before, and it sometimes contradicts even itself. Here, Henry says that Foxy and Chico are based off of OC's Michael and Charlotte created, but we see the FNaF lore bullies wearing masks of the new designs of the animatronics, along with Chica and Fox before those animatronics even existed. But that's besides the point. They managed to create an amazing comic out of those shitposty roots without abandoning anything they set up previously. It all comes back one way or another, but let's start at the beginning. Originally an inside joke between friends for April Fool's Day making fun of FNaF artist Pinky Pills, hence the name, quickly gained a following so they scrambled to make more. As they went along, they slowly got more serious, leaving behind the shitpost roots of the past, but they never fully abandoned it. Something stupid introduced in Volume 1, Bubba the Clown, comes back in the beginning of Volume 2 Part 2 in a sequence that develops Michael and Elizabeth's friendship, as well as Standing Hour, which I have no idea how they came up with that, but it's a punishment that William makes Elizabeth do. Not to mention the loads of house stuff that never goes away, the scooping room for scooping bread, the broken garage door, and as I mentioned before, Bubba the Clown in the shower. Clearly the creators want to keep things consistent in their own lore with the dumb stuff they set up early on, for some reason, but it's pretty admirable of them to not just throw out the old stuff. But, of course, their own lore isn't that consistent with the actual game lore. It comes up with characters like Boss Bozeman, an Irish millionaire who buys Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and Gino Valentine, the owner of the Pizza Hut next door. That's not a joke, there's a Pizza Hut that opens next door. It's really important to the lore, actually. And those characters are completely original, and their kids pretty much are too. I mean, they're named Cassidy, Gabriel, and Jeremy, but they're the kids of Bozeman, and then there's Fritz Valentino, who's the son of Gina Valentino, who owns the Pizza Hut. Those characters, despite having the name of the missing children from the FNaF lore, are completely original characters. It's like the kids in the actual FNaF lore have any personality anyway. They're literally just given those names for canonicity reasons. And don't get me started on Vincent Afton. Vincent is William's brother, who's based off the FNaF 2 Fan in Purple guy. He's physically purple and is dating a guy with a phone for a head named Scott. If you were part of the fandom pre-Sister Location FNaF 4 era, you'd know these characters. Minor spoilers, skip ahead to this time step if you don't want to be spoiled because this isn't in the FNaF lore, but shortly before Vincent is detained for being the #1 suspect in the murder of the missing children, he stops being drawn as purple and starts being drawn as normal. Rather than have no one mention or even notice the change, they had William notice, but make him seem crazy. He tells the cops that Vincent's been purple since birth, and they pull up pictures of Vincent and William as kids, and they're both completely normal. Anyway, Bluey Capsules, despite me knowing where the story was going at pretty much every turn, still had me audibly react to things that were happening in the story, even if I knew exactly what was happening. It's just the way they draw everything and put it together, it's just really well done. I mean, look at this page, and yes, that is K-pop group Luna. The crying child is a very big fan. I mean, how can you not have a big reaction to that? One of my favorite panels, and the one that actually got me to read the comic in the first place is, spoilers again, skip to this timestamp, is this one. Henry finds out that William's the one that killed the kids and been lying to him, and his glasses, which have a rose tint on them, shatter. An obvious metaphor that Henry's no longer looking at William through rose-tinted glasses. I don't know if they had that planned from the beginning or if it was just a happy coincidence, but it's really, really good. There's also the amazing scene where Gino shoots Vincent after he was released from custody because he was found not guilty. It's so sudden and it catches you off guard, but Vincent lives because William injected him with a remnant. Spoilers aside, his motives for killing the kids is amazing. That sounds weird. The Circus Baby Pizza stuff is awesome. Michael and Elizabeth's relationship is so well done, and the stuff with the puppet is jaw-dropping. There's a badass little animation every time a child is killed based off the FNaF 2 minigames Give Gifts, Give Life, and I'll let you see that one for yourself when you read it. There's some amazing twists that I didn't see coming, and some that I did see coming but still were a punch in the gut. I genuinely think this comic is 100% worth checking out if you have the time. It's completely free and on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description. It'll take probably a day or so to read, but it's 100% worth it and you'll love it. You'll be fully on board by the end of Volume 1, I promise you. It's a masterpiece. I cannot recommend it enough. They update it 4 times a week, and we're really far from the end still, so it's a really good time to join. In conclusion, despite not taking itself seriously, not sticking to any real lore, and not really being professional all that much, they still managed to create a product that scared me, shocked me, made me feel dread, all while being really funny at the same time. Undoubtedly my favorite telling of the FNaF story at this point in time. I just want to point out that, like, nobody who watches my videos has subscribed, so if you enjoyed this video and are interested in FNaF and maybe other videos in the future, you should subscribe. It's completely free, and again, you can always change your mind.